Hello and welcome to Wisdom Without Borders. In this series, we will explain the whys, whens and wherefores of classical quotations used by President Xi Jinping. In this episode, we will explain the line, "To understand the present, study history. To foresee the future, look to the past." It comes from the Guanzi, an ancient Chinese text attributed to Guanzhong, a prominent statesman and philosopher during the spring and autumn period. The sentence highlights that when confused about current affairs, one can look to history for answers. And when uncertain about the future, one can reflect on the past for guidance. On December 13, 2014, Xi quoted the classic line in his address at the National Memorial Ceremony for the victims of the Nanjing Massacre, noting that for more than a century after China's modern period began, the Chinese people suffered the hardships of war time and again, instilling in them a deeper appreciation for peace. He stressed that the law of the jungle is not the way for human coexistence. Militarism offers no path to lasting peace. Peace, not war, and cooperation, not confrontation, remain the eternal theme of human progress. This year sees the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. From the September 18th incident in 1931, which marked the start of Imperial Japan's invasion of China, to the July 7th incident of 1937, when the whole of China began to engage in a war of resistance, and finally to Japan's unconditional surrender in 1945. The Chinese people fought fearlessly for 14 years, sustaining over 35 million military and civilian casualties, before securing a great victory in the war against Japanese aggression. The Chinese people, at tremendous national sacrifice, turned their country into a major Eastern theater during the World Anti-Fascist War and contributed greatly to its victory. At the same time, the Chinese people will always remember the valuable support from the world's peace and justice-loving countries, peoples, and organizations. The American Flying Tigers risked their lives opening the hump route, ensuring the transport of strategic supplies to China. Canadian doctor Norman Bethune and Indian doctor Dwarkarnath Kotnis came to China to save lives. German John Rabe and Dane Bernhard Sindberg protected Chinese refugees during the Nanjing Massacre. Briton Michael Lindsay and internationalist Hans Schippe courageously told the world about China's resistance. The victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression was a great triumph achieved by the Chinese people, fighting shoulder to shoulder with other allied nations and the rest of the world in the anti-fascist struggle. History has proven that justice will always triumph over evil. Peace will ultimately prevail over war, and peace and justice-loving people will surely gain the final victory. Only by safeguarding the truth of history together and cherishing the fruits of peace can we ensure that justice endures and peace prevails forever. To understand the present, study history. To foresee the future, look to the past. In the face of changes unseen in a century and a global landscape entangled in turbulence and transformation, looking back at history in the spirit of upholding peace, development, and win-win cooperation is highly relevant today. All countries should work jointly to safeguard world peace with unwavering resolve and draw wisdom and strength from history to create a brighter future for humanity.